Remember this from our last Fakemon video? Maybe one day I'll talk about 9 Pokemon, without forcing myself to do it. Well, here we go! 9 Fakemon I actually want to talk about. We'll be combining the Lopunny family with the Eevee family, and create a Lopunny of every Eeveelution type. Better late than never for the year of the rabbit. With how popular that recent Fusion fan game became, I really want to do this. Lopunny is one of my favorite Pokemon. I also like the Eeveelutions. And let's be real here, combining them would do well for this channel. So let's start with the first stage. What happens when you combine Buneary with Eevee? They become Buneary Eevee, the evolution Pokemon. Having traits of both Buneary and Eevee, Buneary Eevee has unstable DNA that allows for various evolutions. There's not too much to say right now. The same stats, egg group, and catch rate as Eevee, and the same gender ratio and abilities as Buneary. The Learnsets is a mix between Buneary's and Eevee's. These Learnsets are inspired by Gen 4 by the way. The sprites are Gen 4 inspired, so it made sense to make the Learnset Gen 4 inspired too. Buneary Eevee learns a lot of Buneary moves, like Bounce and Healing Wish, but also Eevee moves like Last Resort and Trump Card. Again, not too much to say here. Buneary Eevee is mono-normal. What else would the combo between two normal types be? So how about we evolve Buneary Eevee? Buneary Eevee evolves the same ways Eevee does. So 3 of these evolutions are still friendship evolutions. Kinda like Lopunny but with other factors. So what happens if you give Buneary Eevee a water stone? You get Vaporeon, the bubble Pokemon. Despite losing their legs upon evolution, Vaporeon can slam the ground hard enough to hop around. Vaporeon is the normal water type evolution of Buneary Eevee. Like Buneary Eevee, the egg group and catch rate is the same as Vaporeon's, and the gender ratio is the same as Lopunny's. This will be the last time I mention this, since it will be the same for the other evolutions. So how about we get onto the differences? Vaporeon's abilities are War Absorb, Klutz, and Hydration. All the evolutions will have Klutz, which used to be the signature ability of Lopunny, and most of them will have the Eeveelution abilities. As for stats, you may have noticed something. The base toe is more than Lopunny's, but less than Vaporeon's. I originally moved around Lopunny's stats to match the Eeveelutions, but this just made the Fakemon worse Eeveelutions. So I made the highest stat 130, the same highest stat as the Eeveelutions. The Learnset, once again, is a mix between Lopunny and Vaporeon. There are some things to note though. Instead of return at level 13, these Fakemon will learn what the Eeveelutions get upon evolving. The TM and HM Learnset is a mix between Lopunny and Vaporeon. The tutor moves are mostly Vaporeon's, and the egg moves are also a mix. But you know, water types are cool and all, but what if you need something more electrifying? So what do we get with the Thunderstone? You get Jolteon, the lightning Pokemon. Very few pictures of Jolteon exist. This is because Jolteon is very impatient and refuses to sit still for too long. This is what you get by using a Thunderstone on Buneary Eevee. Jolteon has a base speed stat of 130, making Jolteon much faster than Lopunny. The abilities are Volt Absorb, Klutz, and Quick Feet. So once again, a mix between Lopunny and Jolteon. And honestly, Klutz being here is kinda funny. Jolteon learns a lot of electric moves, most notably Thunder Punch and Discharge. Though Jolteon is a special attacker, so you might want Discharge instead. Interestingly, Jolteon learns Fury Cutter. Since Jolteon learns Pin Missile, I thought learning a similar bug move would fit. Now I will admit, this is definitely my most lazy design. I didn't really have an idea for Electric Lopunny, so I just kinda came up with this. A basic combo of Lopunny and Jolteon. Though lo and behold, Moxie 2D, a more experienced Fakemon artist, made a really good Electric Lopunny design. Ah well, at least I have a Gen 4 sprite. But let's look at a design where I made more effort. And one of my favorite ideas here too, the Lopunny you get with a Firestone. Flareon, the flame Pokemon. Flareon is always eager to fight stronger and stronger opponents, preferring to fight traditionally masculine Pokemon. Flareon is not a fighting type unfortunately. On one hand I definitely could've, but Flareon is normal fire to match the other evolutions. And let's be real here, we have more than enough fire fighting types. Flareon has the highest attack of these Fakemon, but is also on the slower side. You'll see later if you pay attention to the stats, but 73 ranks 3rd of 5 different speed stats here, paralleling Flareon stats. And Flareon only has a speed stat of 65, so at least Flareon is faster than that. Congratulations! You're both slow physical fire types. Anyways, Flash Fire and Guts, either of which fit Flareoni's personality, especially Guts with Flareoni's desire to fight strong opponents. But also, no Flare Blitz. I hope you enjoy Fire Punch or special moves. Sorry, Flareon didn't get Flare Blitz in Gen 4, but at least there's Solar Beam along with Sunny Day. But with Flareoni's section done, we've discussed all the Gen 1 Eeveelution types. Now we move on to Psychic and Dark, which you'll need high friendship for. And this first one needs the daytime. Espeon, the sun Pokemon. Did you know Espeon is the sun Pokemon? I didn't, but now I do. I guess Espeon does need the daytime to evolve, and the same goes for Espeon. Espeon is always found meditating. It is believed looking into Espeon's eyes grants good luck. The normal psychic evolution of Buneary Eevee, and the last evolution to have both Eeveelution abilities, that being Synchronize and Magic Bounce. While not as fast as Espeon, Espeon has that amazing 130 special attack. Now here's the funny thing about Espeon. Dex entries don't explain too much on why Espeon is Psychic type. The most they give is Espeon's Whisker sensing the weather, but Espeon is at least shown meditating, and can grant good luck by looking into your eyes, but will only do this for good-hearted trainers. Along with that, there's other psychic abilities, like levitating things by concentrating. Just like most normal and psychic types, Espeon learns a variety of TMs, most notably ice and electric moves. Ice Beam or Thunderbolt? Take your pick. Espeon is a good daytime buddy, but who has time for these feel-good evolutions? What if we want something more edgy, like a nighttime friendship evolution? What will that give us? Umbreon, the moonlight Pokemon. Yeah, makes sense. Espeon is the sun Pokemon, so Moonlight Pokemon makes sense. Umbreon acts innocent when around their trainer, but will steal things when no one's looking, even from their trainer. We all know Lopunny to be the most wholesome Pokemon, and if you think I'm being sarcastic, then clearly you're uneducated. But if we're talking about Umbreon, then there is an argument. Umbreon is part dark type after all, so if you're not careful, your belongings may get stolen. This is also the first instance of different abilities. Instead of Synchronize and Inner Focus, you got Intimidate and Pickpocket. Honestly, the moment I learned Pickpocket was an ability, I knew it was a match made in heaven. Keep a close eye on your amulet coin. Like how Espeon and Umbreon's Learnsets parallel each other, so too does Espeon and Umbreon's. Dark moves instead of psychic moves, Moonlight instead of Morning Sun, Guard Swap instead of Power Swap, you get it. Umbreon is nice and all, but I'd rather go back to something more tame. Something green, my favorite color. Something that evolves with the Leaf Stone. Oh hey, it's Leafeon, the verdant Pokemon. While fierce in battle, Leafeon is very caring and nurturing. Just don't step on any flowers near one. Leafeon is my favorite Eeveelution, so I was really excited to work on Leafeon. Leafeon is probably my favorite of these Fakemon. I love both the base design and shiny design. I think Leafeon's design aspects really work on Lopunny, with the addition of a bouquet for the fur on the arms. Leafeon actually has Chlorophyll for a base ability. Chlorophyll is Leafeon's hidden ability, but for Leafeon I decided to go with Super Luck. You know, for a bit of a 4-leaf clover motif. And with Leafeon's sunny disposition, increased speed and harsh line makes sense to do more often, especially to hunt down people who hurt nearby plants, accidentally or otherwise. Leafeon has a signature high defense of Leafeon, making Leafeon one of the more defensive of these Fakemon. Now, fun fact, Leafeon in Gen 4 didn't learn Leaf Blade until real late. Level 71? Try playing Platinum with just Razor Leaf. But Leafeon learns it a lot sooner, so that's one advantage Leafeon has over Leafeon. And you know, I do like Leafeon and all, but I like Glaceon too. I am a Sinnoh baby at heart after all, so let's use an Ice Stone on Buneary Eevee. We now have Glaceon, the fresh snow Pokemon. Fresh snow? What does that even mean? Fur coats made with Glaceon fur are very popular. Even a thin jacket made with this fur can keep you warm during a blizzard. Glaceon is a thick one. Perfect for the thumbnail. I mean eyesight Lopunny. Glaceon is probably my second or third favorite Eeveelution, so I had fun making this Fakemon too. Glaceon has both fluffy and thick fat. Like I said, Glaceon is a thick one, so you're actually given choice with the abilities. One ability makes Glaceon quad weak to fire, but with the benefit benefit of physical damage being reduced. Meanwhile, the hidden ability reduces fire damage, making Glaceon take neutral fire damage, and quad resistant to ice. This is my favorite set of abilities here, giving a bit of customization when you think about it. Here we have the Learnset. If you thought Leafeon not getting Leaf Blade until 71 was bad, then just know the same applied to Glaceon. Glaceon didn't get Ice Beam through level up, and didn't learn Blizzard until too late, so Glaceon at least has it a bit better. But with Glaceon section done, we have one evolution left. The normal Fairy type evolution. You'll need High Friendship while Buneary Eevee knows a Fairy move. The final Fakemon is Sylveon, the intertwining Pokemon. Couples who raise a Sylveon are blessed to have a happy marriage. Sylveon can sense the hearts of people and knows who may be a match for each other. Oh, Serene Grace and Pixelate? People would have fun with this Pokemon. You know, if Sylveon was real, that is. Anyways, fun fact. Sylveon is the slowest of these Fakemon, even slower than Buneary Eevee. I remember having trouble designing Sylveon at first. I wasn't sure what angle to go for at first. This design had the most color experimentation, but I ultimately landed on this, and was really happy with it. I think this is my third draft, but I did use a previous draft for the shiny. I'm kinda reminded of Valentine's Candy, which to be fair, these are just Sylveon's colors, but I think they work on Lopunny pretty well. The final Learnset of the video. Since Fairy moves didn't exist in Gen 4, I took Sylveon's Gen 6 Learnset to retroactively add Fairy moves into a Gen 4 Learnset. So Sylveon does learn Fairy moves naturally. Fairy Wind and Draining Kiss for earlier levels, and Moonblast for later on. And of course, there's a YTM Learnset, along with a lot of the moves Lopunny learns, making Sylveon one of the more versatile Fakemon here. And there you have it, folks. A Lopunny of every Eeveelution type. I think they came out pretty great, but let me know what else I could have done, or what you would have done with these Fakemon. Let me know which was your favorite. For me, Vaporeon, Leafeon, and Glaceon were the most fun to make, but let me know which you would use in a playthrough. I hope you also like the DS sprites I made. Originally I was gonna make GSE sprites, but since Lopunny is a DS era Pokemon, I thought trying to learn DS sprites made sense. I did make a GSE Lopunny before this video, and I think that little experiment worked out pretty well. What else would you like to see from these Fakemon videos? I plan on making more in the future, but this will be the last time I talk about so many Fakemon in one video. The next one will only have 3 or 4 at most, so hopefully I can focus more on the Fakemon information. Have a nice day, you wonderful people! And to show how far I got into wanting GSE sprites, I made GSE Learnsets for Lopunny, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Espeon, Umbreon, Leafeon, Glaceon, and Sylveon. Making GSE Learnsets for post-Gen 2 Pokemon is a bit of a recent obsession of mine.